You know, one of these days we should do the show backwards. We should start with just a horrible song and end with welcome.
Yeah, very memento.
Yes, exactly. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, The Ranting Monkey. He's Jack. Say hello, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Jack, how the hell are you tonight, my friend?
Yeah, you know, same old, same old. How you doing?
No real complaints, man. Same old, same old. And my same old is not that bad. So I'm going to say it's a good one, Jack.
Good.
We're recovering from our deep dive into Tim Pool and Cenk Uyghur's minds. I had a nightmare, Jack.
What about a void, a big empty space?
Yes, with just random shit said out of nowhere. And then I watched the two documentary. Well, I guess the one's not really a documentary. Did you watch the Willie Mack video about Hassan?
No, I got it queued up, but I haven't had time to watch it yet.
He actually gets women said properly once in the video.
What?
Yeah, just once.
Oh, he's growing up.
Yeah, I know, right? But otherwise, yeah, it's a really fun video, just him tearing down Hassan, showing what a lying piece of moron he is.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I know you watched the Boogie one.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think?
Like I told you in DMs, I'm not going to dress it up. I think that man needs a handler.
That you're probably not wrong. You're probably not wrong about that. I was not expecting it to be what I watched. I was expecting it to just be another YouTube video where somebody, look at how good he had it and destroyed it all. I was not expecting an hour of sad. Just pathetic. Audience, did you guys watch it? We talked about it on the show I did earlier today. Did any of you guys go out and actually watch that thing? Did it make you want to go hug your loved ones and just fall to your knees and pray to whatever God you have, thanking him for your life?
Yeah, I think you should thank whatever deity you worship for your life. And also, it reinforces that some people do need a conservatorship. I hear Britney Spears' dad is free.
I hear, yeah, he's not busy anymore.
Yeah, it's a whole of his own making. Like, Boogie's life is his own fault on just about every front.
That reminds me, I'm so glad you said that about Potato, because I almost forgot. Right before the show, Jack had a donation come in from Snub. Thank you so much. He says, a new Down the Rabbit Hole and Count Dankula dropping a Ruby Ridge video over like 8 hours to catch up on, and you go live. Fuck my life. Yeah, sorry about that, dude. I didn't know about the Dankula thing until I saw that. I'm interested to see his take on the whole Ruby Ridge thing. We've talked about Ruby Ridge here quite a bit.
Yeah.
We've covered that.
I, for one, am not on a watch list, hopefully.
We are probably on a watch list, Jack.
Yeah, absolutely we are.
And no, guys, we don't think that, the feds are just listening into everything we say. We make that joke. But with some of the things we've said, I have no doubt we're on a list. Yeah, at least one.
They have a file and a lot of recordings that nobody's listened to.
Yeah. Alan, thank you so much. He says, hello, monkey. Hello, sir. I hope you're well. Yeah, it was the Ruby Ridge thing. There's so much to say about it. I don't think it gets enough attention. It didn't get enough attention at the time. It mostly only got covered on talk radio, the reality of what happened there.
Yeah. And
since then, I mean, there's tons of people who have no idea what you mean when you say Ruby Ridge, and it was a fucking tragedy.
Yeah.
It was a fucking murder. Several of a child.
The government has a vested interest in covering that up, though.
And Down the Rabbit Hole, I don't know what's the Down the Rabbit Hole about this time.
He did a 5-hour video on EVE Online.
Really?
I'm only about an hour into it. It's interesting, even though I've never played that game for more than like 5 minutes. So
I've never played EVE. It's a game that I enjoy from afar. I enjoy not being part of it, but I love what they did there.
Yeah, so far it sounds pretty interesting. They're talking about how people were staking out early claims, and the Brits got a jump start on everybody else because it got released there like a day before everybody else. So they were buying up all the factories and selling them for real world money.
Yeah. That
Um,
was a real problem in that game, and they've done their best to try to cut it out. But that's going to happen in any online game. They've never figured out a way to actually stop it.
yeah, I had a couple buddies that were in on it early on, like got it on launch, that sort of thing. But I played on my buddy's account for like 5 minutes, seriously, because I was like, "This is it. You just fly around and get minerals." Well, sometimes you get shot at. Okay, this is fucking great. I'm out.
You get to go live the life of a space pirate if you want to, or a space industrialist. I love what they did there. Just they gave people an open sandbox to play in, and unlike so many games, they didn't come out and go, hey, that's not how we want you to play it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll definitely check that one out while I'm playing video games when
Yeah.
I can't sleep.
5 hours.
That's all right, man. I watch 8-hour videos. I watched probably 6 hours of just stuff about Ark yesterday.
Yeah, I watched like 10 hours of Paula Zahn the other day, so I can't really
See?
say much. Well, my parents had cable, so there's nothing to watch. So
It's nice to have a distraction from the usual politics stuff we do. I love politics. Don't get me wrong, guys. I enjoy what I do, but I also need that entertainment outlet.
Yeah.
And YouTube has become that for me. I don't watch TV very much anymore. I throw on something I've already seen when I go to bed. That's my TV watching.
Yeah, the only TV I see is at my folks' house, and I usually wait till they're not looking and switch it to YouTube.
Nice.
Because that's way more tolerable, honestly. There's nothing on TV anymore. It's like, unless you want to watch repeats of Law and Order, there's really nothing. It's all vapid nonsense content.
Yeah, what passes for entertainment these days doesn't entertain me very much, especially on television. That's not to say there's nothing good. I just, don't have time to sift through everything. And it's not like back in the day, Jack, even with cable, there was always like a schedule kind of thing. Now it's like, hey, this series is going to come out, and then 18 months later, part 2 of that series is going to come out. I do not have the investment. I'll just wait till it's all done and watch it in one chunk.
Yeah.
So I hate the way that media is even disseminated anymore. Streaming, I get the appeal, but I really do think it's ruined a lot of entertainment.
Well, I think shitty writing has ruined a lot of entertainment too.
Well, we just had Matthew Perry die the other day. Mm-hmm. Take a show like Friends. If that was released, that show has between 24 and 22 episodes for 10 years. In modern times, that's like a 25-year run, because they do it in chunks of 8.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has just ruined a lot of, and you can do that with any of the old sitcoms, right? Three's Company is probably like a 9-year run. Facts of Life, probably a 15. I forget how long that show ran. Take any of them and divide it by at least 2. So anyhow, Jack, we're here. Oh, go ahead.
Thank you, Alan, for the generous donations. Says Jack. Hey, Alan, hope you're doing well. Thanks, man.
We're here today to talk about George Santos. I need to come clean, Jack. The thumbnail's a little facetious. I have a picture of George Santos up there, and it says untouchable under it. And in all honesty, I think he's probably going to prison. So I just want to get that out there. I only did that to piss off lefties. I really did. So I have to be honest with the audience, Jack. George Santos is a piece of shit. He's a douchebag liar who's Jewish. So at least Hamas will leave him alone. But that was funny.
That was funny.
I hate when I make myself laugh. I was just telling you this. Today, the House tried to kick him out. And it's the second time they've tried it. And this time they did it on I forget the name of the little principle that forced the vote. If we do it this way, you have to have a vote within 2 days. And so they have the vote. And they vote not to kick him out. And there were a whole bunch of people mad. Not just because he wasn't voted out, Jack. Specifically because a whole bunch of Democrats either voted not to kick him out, voted present, or didn't vote at all. You had 31 Democrats vote no, do not kick him out. You had 15, it's either 14 or 15, I forget the exact number, who voted present, and then 11 who didn't vote at all. And their side is mad. How dare you not kick this guy out? He's a douchebag. You got to kick him out. And a surprising voice of reason came out, Jack. I was actually looking for the next. We were just talking about the seals breaking for the apocalypse, right? I think this is one of them. I'm fairly certain this is one of the signs of the end of times. This is Jamie Raskin's comment on why he voted not to kick Raskin out of office. I'm just going to read it. I'm a Constitution guy. Okay, I'm not just going to read it because he started out with that. Fuck you, Jamie. No, you're not.
You fucking idiot.
I'm a Constitution guy. The House has expelled 5 people in our history, 3 for joining the Confederacy as traitors to the Union, and 2 after they were convicted of criminal offenses. Santos has not been criminally convicted yet of the offenses cited in the resolution, nor has he been found guilty of ethics offenses in the House internal process. This would be a terrible precedent to set. Expelling people who have not been convicted of a crime and without internal due process. If and when Santos is convicted of these serious criminal offenses or ethics charges, I will certainly vote to expel. Until then, it's a very risky road to go down, and we have to stick by due process and the rule of law, as obvious as the eventual result seems. I can think of 4 or 5 he's really on that due process.
Yeah.
I think 4 or 5 Democrat members the Republicans would like to expel without conviction or ethics finding. We can't abandon due process and the rule of law in the House of Representatives. This is a guy who was a member of one of the impeachment teams.
Mm-hmm.
So him to come out and say something this on the nose, what's the word I'm looking for here? Correct. This right. This is why you don't vote the guy out yet. If you want to put pressure on him to step down, that's fine. You know why to protect Rashida Tlaib, she had the Marjorie Taylor Greene voted to have, brought her vote to censure her. That got shot down too. They did this because
you were roboting like a motherfucker.
All you have to have is a criminal charge for people to be kicked out of Congress, because it's so easy to just get a charge levied. It doesn't have to be real. This is a bad precedent to set. Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
You were roboting a lot there.
Oh, hang on. Let me switch something here. We talk for just a second.
Yeah. What's up, chat? Since when does Jamie Raskin care about due process? Since it's his ass, that might be next. Makes me wonder what's in his closet that requires due process. Yeah, no kidding, Dixie. I bet it's pretty sketchy too. Hey, Lester, how you doing, man? That's why they're going after Trump so hard. Yeah, that Starscream victorious. Woo!
Sorry, I had to close down a few things. All right.
I understand completely.
No, this is to protect their own skin, because
of course
it would be just so easy using this kind of method to get somebody kicked. Oh, you have charges now. There's a lot of people who end up stepping down from Congress because of charges and stuff, and it turns out to be nothing. And one of the ways they've tried to do it before, and they've done this, they've actually forced people out with just ethics charges, not even an actual criminal charge, just ethics charge after. They did this to Tom DeLay. They just keep throwing ethics charges at people, and they get out of office, and the probes finish, and like, oh yeah, he did nothing wrong. I think Santos is a douchebag. I really do. I think he's probably going to go to prison. It's 29 charges against him, if I'm remembering correctly. I think a lot of them are going to be found not guilty, and I think several of them are going to be found guilty. I think there's probably something to him with the tax stuff. The what is it? It's not exactly a 501(c)(3). It's but some kind of charity thing. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
He's got some skeletons in his closet that he probably should have not ran for Congress with those in his background, and then he would have been fine. But then going to lie the way he did, so blatantly in his George Santos is just the embodiment of our problems with government, all in one fat little Jew-ish guy. I mean, just every corrupt thing is just in that one little fat package. And so he probably will get kicked out, and he'll probably deserve to get kicked out after he's found guilty. But until he's found guilty, he is the duly elected representative of that New York district. And you have no right to kick him out just because you don't like him. And for politicians, you fucking pieces of shit, the whole reason this has happened is because of the lies. They can sit there and go, oh, but 29 charges. Fuck you. You guys were wanting him out before that. You guys were calling for his head when he was still representative elect. So fuck off. Before a single charge was levied. Before you found out he dressed like a girl when he lived in Brazil. It was Brazil, right?
Yes.
Before any of that shit comes out, you guys are calling for his head because he lied a couple of times in his campaign. You guys lie all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You have people up there who, if they go after Santos, they will literally burst into flames from just hypocrisy. But we can't lie to the people. You do it all the fucking time. You just have a really easy target in this shitbag, and he's on the other side, so you're taking the shot. That's what this is.
Yep. Look, I, for one, enjoy the Santos drama because I think it's hilarious. But
I am so with you. So with you.
Yeah, this dude is just entertainment incarnate. So I don't think he's actually going to jail. I think he's going on an undercover mission.
That could be it too. I mean, maybe he's a plant, dude. I'm so tired of these guys acting so uppity over this. There's a difference between, hey, this is what I want to do, and you just can't because of how government works, and these assholes flat out lying. Or even worse, before Santos is ever kicked out, you have a representative who thinks islands can flip over. I looked that up today, Jack. You know how long it's been since he said that?
3 or 4 years.
He said that in 2010.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been 23 years. They have reelected this asshole at
13.
least. What's that?
13.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 13. They've reelected this guy at least 6 times. At least 6 times. After he said this in public. And you're going to sit there and tell me that this motherfucker is better than Santos because Santos claimed some weird attachment to Jewishness? Get fucked. I hope Santos beats all the charges and gets reelected. That would be my dream.
Oh, fuck yeah. This dude's just the comedy value is insane. I am delighted to see every time he does something in the press because it's always fucking ridiculous.
Shit makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
Have you seen him? Like, he's gotten so fat, man.
I know.
He's put on so much weight since he got elected. Apparently, he's eating away his troubles.
Well, something to do. No, I think that's a fat suit. Look, he is, in fact, George Santos, Senator Spy. He's undercover CIA.
Oh, do you know how great it would be if he became the new senator from New York?
Yeah, it'd be fucking amazing.
I would actually have an orgasm. And again, I just want to point out, I don't support this guy at all. I think he's a piece of shit. But he's indicative of our political system. And it's nice to just have the embodiment, the avatar of what's wrong with our politics right there in our system.
Yeah.
If we're not going to clean it all up, why not just have the shittiest asshole we can find?
Exactly.
But yeah, the Democrats are really mad. How come you guys voted against it? Because they understand what would happen to them. It's amazing how self-preservation works. And even more amazing to me is how many Democrats voted for this. I get it because, we are on the tribal warfare thing right now, Jack.
Yeah.
But they were clearly voting against their own interest right there. Not because they're not kicking out a guy who's probably corrupt. but because that shit's going to come back and bite them in the ass. Have they not paid attention to what's going on with the cancel culture stuff? We warned them. We warned them.
They're immune, buddy. Just ask them.
Have they not paid attention to what happened with the changing the nuclear option that Harry Reid pulled? And so then the McConnell, the turtle guy, he comes back, does it to them, and oh my God, how could you do that? This is why, Jack, this is actually why the founders set it up the way they did, that you have to be certain ages to get into Congress and then into the presidency. It's to keep young, stupid, impulsive people out of government. And we have a lot of really young, stupid, impulsive people in government right now. Not to say the old ones aren't stupid and impulsive too, but there is a difference. Your older folks are like, fuck no, man, they're going to kick me out next. It's called self-preservation, dumb fuck. Anyhow, sorry. Do you know how Rashida voted? I don't. I'm guessing she voted for it.
I'm sure the whole squad voted to boot it.
Yeah, I saw the list of people who voted against, and I didn't notice any names that really jumped out at me. It was amazing how that was going around. None of the names who, voted present, those aren't on there. It's just the 31 who voted against. I guess Raskin was on there. But, I mean, you have these people that their whole idea is we're going to use the system to get you. We believe in democracy. You were democratically elected. We got to get you out.
We don't like you. Goodbye.
I saw another fucking retard the other day on Twitter tell me that we got to keep Trump from being able to run to save democracy. I'm like, did you even listen to what you said?
Look, Monkey, democracy is a very fickle beast. Sometimes it likes people voting. Other times, hey, I didn't approve of that.
It's not democracy if only government-approved candidates can run.
It's the kind of democracy they have in North Korea. Does that?
It really is. It really is. But these assholes don't think. They just don't. This whole stuff, okay. With the nonsense that's gone on with Trump and them trying to keep him from being able to run, which, by the way, right now is being spearheaded by some Republicans out there in Colorado, which, again, is like saying Republicans in New York or Republicans in Massachusetts, but still. That kind of shit can be used against you. Rashida Tlaib, with what she pulled, yes, the House resolution to censure her was shot down. But now somebody can go to her district and go, hey, she helped lead an insurrection. She shouldn't be allowed on the ballot. Do you not get that this shit can bite you in the ass?
Yeah, because they'll use these Democrat victories as precedent and be like, look, it worked here.
Yes.
They've set the standard, and then they'll be like, well, you can't do this to us. It only applies to you.
And that's their problem, is that they think that's how the world works because they're children.
Yeah, bunch of baby brains.
Yeah. He's touching me. Shut up. I hate our government sucks, man. And it's because it's run by retards and that are fueled on by even bigger retards, by people who watch Hassan. Do you realize there's people that get all of their political information from Hassan Piker?
It does explain a lot.
That is the depth of their knowledge. I watched a chick today. I was going to bed, Jack. I was like, all right, I'm just going to finally go lay down. And as I'm getting ready to log off, I see a video where Destiny is arguing with some chick who uses a TikTok video to make her point. Which, by the way, he got like 10 seconds into and just tore that up. And he's like, I'm not watching the rest of it when your first point is just wrong. The whole time, this Hassan Piker fan is just, I don't know another word to say it other than mentally retarded. She can't understand anything. He asked her a question. It's a hypothetical. And instead of just asking that, answering it, she just keeps asking why he would be asking that. And, well, why don't you, that doesn't really fit the situation. He goes, well, I didn't repeat the situation back to you because I'm making a hypothetical. And I realized in that moment that she is the typical Hassan fan. that nothing can get into her brain because there's a giant block there that just says stupid across it.
Well, they don't know how. Unfortunately, it's very common with young people that they don't know how to work with analogies and similes. Hypotheticals are not taught anymore because it's part of critical thinking, and they want you dumb.
Yeah.
And somebody like Hassan doesn't understand those either because he's kind of stupid.
Oh,
So,
yeah, he just said something over on Twitter a moment ago that I had to react to because he's fucking retarded. He actually doesn't think that the Palestinian Authority is extreme enough. The Palestinian Authority, run by the PLA, which is just the PLO with a new name, which is a fucking terrorist organization.
Absolutely, always has been.
But no, they're not extreme enough. They're working with the Jews. Well, I thought y'all wanted a two-state solution. That can't happen if you don't work with the Jews.
I'm more and more convinced there are a lot of people that just hate the Jews that don't want to admit it, and they keep trying to defend these horrific actions because they just hate the Jews that much.
There is a great video, and I don't want to watch it because it's like 4 or 5 minutes long. But Caitlin Collins from CNN, she has this Jew. What is he? I think he's like one of the defense ministers or something like that. They just the Jews just bombed the area where they're letting people out of Gaza into Egypt, and they did it because there was a terrorist there, and they killed him. But you killed some civilians, and Hamas. I forget what number Hamas said, but like 1,000 people died here. I'm exaggerating it. I don't know what the number that they used was, but she asked him about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know." She goes, how many civilians died there? He goes, we killed a terrorist leader. And she goes, no, how many did you kill? And he's like, I don't know, and I don't want to be irresponsible and throw out a number. And she's like, he refused to say. This is his exact quote. I don't have a precise number. I don't want to give a number irresponsibly. And she tweets it out. A senior advisor to Netanyahu declines to say how many civilians that Israelis believe were killed in the multiple strikes in the Jabalah camp. He declines to say. He said he doesn't know.
How would you know that during a war? You can't just go in and count the bodies and reassemble them. That's dumb.
And she's like, he declined. Like he's trying to fucking hide it. And that's what how long is that clip? That clip is 8 minutes. 8 minutes of this bitch badgering him over it. If you guys want to see it for yourself, I'm throwing it into chat right now. But because he's like, I don't want to be irresponsible. And CNN's like, I'm having none of that shit. We only do irresponsible around here.
Now they're going to have to find some asshole to sit there and look at the drone footage and count each individual person.
Right.
So they know. What a waste of fucking time. No, he doesn't know. He doesn't want to over exaggerate the number,
or under.
Yeah. So I get why he didn't answer that, but why are you badgering him about it? Who fucking cares? That's what happens in war. Civilians get killed. You don't have to like that. It's not like we're carpet bombing Tokyo again,
How about this? Tell the civilians to stop hiding Hamas people among them.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a bit of a point there, wouldn't
it? The one video I saw today, sorry about the Israeli-Palestinian thing, guys. It's kind of in the news. It's going to keep popping up. It's a video from inside a Christian church, Jack. And there's an explosion outside. And like, oh my God, they're bombing near a church.
Yeah, well, that's where Hamas hides their equipment, so...
And this poster, he's like, this is what these people have to deal with all the time. It's just inhumane to have to live in these conditions.
I'm sure the Jews feel the same way.
It's like, well, tell Hamas to stop putting their fucking rockets next to churches. What they were hoping would happen there is that the church got hit. So that you guys could whine and bitch about the dead civilians. Anyhow. Did you see the idiot who... he's a knight of something, I forget, over there in the English Isles, and he posts this video, and I got to pull it up. I really have to pull this one up because it's amazing to see, Jack. I have no idea what we're talking about there in chat. Will you talk for just? Oh, never mind. I already found it. Here it is. We got to see this whole fucking thing. So he's really against the Brits getting involved in the Palestinian conflict at all, which is fine. If you don't want your country involved, I understand. But to make his point, he says this: Gaza, every plume of smoke is another Israeli army vehicle destroyed, and they're not even in the rubble killing fields yet. I know this won't please either some old Brit Nat or new Muslim followers, but some of them are barely out of their teens, and actually I feel sorry for them as well, as they are outgunned but recklessly determined defender of Gaza under attack. I'm not even sure what he's trying to say there, other than, oh, wait for it, Gray. This is wonderful. Other than, hey, the Israelis are getting their asses kicked. Yeah, the Israelis are getting their asses kicked by Hamas. I realize that you guys bought into the Ukrainians are fighting back. Yay, go. They're stopping the Russian superpower. But are you out of your fucking mind? So he has this video right here, right, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if it's shot. There's a certain part I want to pause it at, right? You see all these plumes of smoke?
Yep.
If you watch the video and pay attention, they're identical. As each one starts, they follow the exact same pattern. You know why?
Because it's CGI.
It's a video game.
Oh.
This is footage from the game Arma 3.
Nerds.
Somebody just put a blurry filter on it and uploaded, and this fucking retard's like, look at how the Jews are getting their asses kicked. And he still has this up, even though every comment is telling him, dude, this is from a video game.
Is it a Jewish video game?
No. It's a I don't know who makes Arma, but it's a war simulator.
Yeah, is it a Jewish war simulator?
I guess it is now.
Are they Jewish vehicles in the game?
This is this is not the first time people have posted video from the game Arma 3 as though it's really happening. Didn't it end up on the news once?
Probably.
This shit is retarded.
Is Arma 3 real big in the Middle East?
It's gonna be. They're like, oh, we got the Jews finally.
Oh my god, is this war entirely fought in Arma 3?
Yeah, it'd be a more humane way of doing it. But no. It's only fought in Arma 3 on really bad news sites.
Oh.
For fuck's sake, man.
Whoopsie doopsie.
And somebody said to him, Nick, I believe this is Arma 3, a combat simulator. If Israel was taking that kind of losses, they'd deploy nukes. And this guy responded back, was your dad in the old BM? If so, your middle name is Albert. I guess that's an insult or something?
I suppose.
I don't get British humor anymore. It used to be funny.
Yeah, they were funny once. I think comedy really died after Little Britain.
But yeah, so this fucking idiot. Look, the Jews are getting their asses kicked, you guys. I feel bad for them, but they're losing. No, they're not. No, they're not.
They're losing in Arma 3.
I don't even know that that's Israel in Arma 3. I don't know what country it is. I haven't played Arma. I've never played the Arma series. It's a really deep game, Jack. I mean, these guys set up like infantry corps.
Yeah, I've never heard of the game.
Oh yeah, it's if you're into battle simulations, it's a really big one. It's one of the best, most realistic kind of battle simulators. And yeah, it's not a free for all like Call of Duty. They have like actual. This is the general. We do what he says, kind of shit going on. They take their shit for real over there. Yeah, so real. Some people think it actually is.
Well, I guess you get really immersed in it. Maybe you should post videos from Second Life and be like, "Look at what's happening."
Somebody should send him the Down the Rabbit Hole video and go, "Look what's happening with Space Force." Yeah, so Arma has a lot of military simulation communities. Yeah, Arma. I don't know as much about 3. I know a lot more about 2. It's a video game you install on your computer, and then a whole bunch of people get together and agree to play somewhere. It's not like they had set up servers for you and you jump in randomly, because they do. They take this very seriously. They have whole communities. This is our army, and we're going to go kick the shit out of that army. And yeah, they take it really real, and it's a lot of fun to watch. It's a little too intense for me to actually want to play.
Real quick, thank you, Travis Gardner, who says, "I need to get this game. Looks really good. Their promotion's a bit weird."
Yeah, right. Come kill Jews in Arma 3. Yeah. People falling for this shit, man. It's just insane. It's insane. It's not that hard to make it look like that. You just make it. You don't even need a filter to do what they did there. All you got to do is blow the video up real big so it pixelates some. And that way it looks like it's from a really crappy handheld. Like anybody's using a camera that would catch that kind of footage right now. Like somebody's with like Zapruders up on the fucking grassy knoll recording this shit.
Yeah, I think this would actually be worse than that. It'd be like standing on a dune looking out at a combat zone. You're gonna get shot by a sniper.
Right? It's all blurry as fuck. Man, fuck off. How did you the plumes of smoke is where I was like, that's not how that would happen. Because when there are, little fires next to each other, the smoke is all different because the wind affects it. And
yeah,
in video games, they haven't quite gotten that down. It's just easier to have it slightly delayed.
Well, those of us that were never in a combat zone, if you're old enough, you watched the first Gulf War on the news, and you've seen a lot of combat footage from embedded reporters.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. Oh man. Anyhow, that Caitlin Collins thing just pissed me off.
That's understandable.
This guy's like, hey, we want to be reliable. And she's like, but give me a number, bitch. And she sits there with this smug little look on her face for 8 goddamn minutes. Just, I'm better than you. And somebody needs to fix her lazy eye. It's starting to bother me.
I told you, she's looking out for assassins while sucking you off.
See, now I have just another reason to hate Don Lemon. Because if Don Lemon had done his job properly, her bitch ass would still be on the morning show and nobody'd care about her.
Yeah, well, there's that.
She doesn't even belong on a morning show. She belongs on like Kick doing news. Because she's bad at it. She thinks she's... Have you ever watched her, Jack?
No, I don't think so. Other than like clips with Don Lemon and shit.
She is such a smug little bitch.
Most of CNN.
She thinks that what she loves to do is like she'll be talking with somebody. She does it in this interview too. And she'll ask them a question and they will answer it. And then she'll throw in this snide little comment and then immediately move on to the next question and not give them any chance to respond to the bullshit she just said.
Yeah.
She does it over and over, and it's her shtick. And I fucking hate her for it. She deserves to be working a fry station somewhere. Or a stripper pole. Whichever she prefers. I don't want to, pigeonhole her.
That sounds dirty.
Jack, in response to the Palestinians blowing up a bunch of Israelis and the Israelis fighting back, the White House has they've solved some problems for us, Jack. I don't know if you saw this today, but the White House issued a directive. They have a new program, and they let Kamala be the one to announce it.
Yeah, I saw this.
So it's something they're really proud of if they're giving it to her. All right, here we go.
Our nation was founded on the fundamental principle that all people should have the freedom to live, to worship, and to be.
To live, to worship, and to be. I mean...
Or not to be? That's the question.
I've read the Declaration and the Constitution. I've read the Federalist Papers. I don't remember we're fighting for the right to be. I mean, I guess in a vague sense you can make that argument. But for what they're talking about here, that is such a stupid fucking thing to say.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised she didn't end it with okay.
Without fear of violence or persecution. Every person has the right to live safe from
You're muted. All right, well, why he's muted? What?
Something happened with my mic. It auto muted me. I didn't do that. Sorry for letting me know. I was on the other screen. I didn't even see it happen.
Yeah, you paused it and you were muted at the same time. I was like, huh, that's interesting. Let me grab this real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you, Evolved Potato. The Arma 3 community is really like the War Thunder community. Some very hardcore players that know the game inside and out and take the game very seriously. Except, unlike War Thunder, Arma doesn't have routine leaking of real secret military blueprints.
That's true, too.
Well, not yet, anyway. Give them time.
What I was asking is, how come when they're saying this kind of nonsense, right? We were founded based on this. They never bring up slavery. They only do that when they're like bashing the founders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, this nation was founded on freedom and to not be persecuted. Why are you guys so selective about when you talk about the horrors of slavery? I'm just asking because I feel like that was violent, Jack. I feel like that was hateful and bigoted.
By today's standards, absolutely.
So I just love how selective they are with it. All right, but back to dumbass here.
Violence, hate, and bigotry. And for those reasons and so many more, President Joe Biden and I have a duty, not only to keep the people of our
duty. She said duty.
Yes, she did.
nation safe, but to condemn unequivocally and forcefully all forms of hate.
Really? All forms of hate?
Except against the Jews, apparently.
What if I say I hate Nazis? You think they're going to come out and take a stand against me?
I don't know. They've been standing up for a lot of Palestinian organizations, so.
What if I say I hate pedophiles? Oh, wait. She did say Joe. What if I say I hate murderers? Again, very selective. Very selective. All forms of hate. That's a really stupid thing to say. It is nonsense, hippie bullshit. That's what I'm against all forms of hate is. It's hippie bullshit. It's the song Imagine come to life. Anyhow, Dummy still has a lot to go. They're going to stand up against hate, y'all.
Since we took office, President Biden and I have fought to uphold that duty.
You ain't done shit. You failed at doing anything with the borders. So we put what is she on now? Isn't she on like fentanyl or is she on Russia? What did they relegate her to?
Who knows? Whatever it is, I'm sure it's all fucked up because she doesn't do anything.
She was just, it's our duty to protect all Americans. Can we talk about the border? You were the border czar, sweetie.
Oh, no, don't mention that. She was protecting all the new Americans.
Man, her vagina neck is getting real bad.
Can you imagine what her beef curtains look like?
You can't say that anymore because Boogie said meat curtains, and now it's just all ruined.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I imagine she probably looks like that down there. So,
I can see it.
Yeah, that'll haunt you forever too.
It's the same color as her jacket.
Over the past decade, America has seen a rise in attacks on houses of worship. So in response, we expanded funding to protect houses of worship from violence.
That's why we're going to put the FBI in them. It's kind of like how they have the air marshals on planes, Jack.
Yeah, they got the Catholic marshals to keep the Catholics in line.
After a surge in hate during the pandemic, in particular anti-Asian hate, President Biden signed.
We don't talk about that, Jack. It was white people who hated Asians during that. I mean, it was all made up and all the clips from it are, hypotheticals, and the actual clips were, mostly black teens beating up old ladies, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Snubbers. I heard that at least in prison, pedos are protected class, so most likely.
Signed the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act to improve the reporting of hate crimes.
Did we need a COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act? Did we?
No.
Can we stop with the hate crime bullshit? Hate crime is nonsense. It's either a crime or it's not. Hate crime is a thought crime, and that's nonsense. Anyway, she's gonna say some really stupid shit here in a minute. I'm probably gonna get mad, just as a warning.
And to ensure hate crimes are investigated quickly and thoroughly. Earlier this year, in response to an historic rise in anti-Semitic attacks, we also released the first national strategy to counter anti-Semitism.
What was that strategy, sweetheart?
To ignore it.
Because I feel like it's not working.
Well, they don't want to be bigoted by going against the culture of these other people.
What the fuck does that even mean? We implemented the first strategy to counter anti-Semitism. What strategy? Was there a policy proposal? Was there a bill? What did you actually do?
They told the Jews to stop instigating by breathing.
What you just told me, a national strategy, that just means you had an idea. At best, that means we have an idea. You didn't do anything.
They had a meeting. They had a meeting, and that solved the problem right there, right?
Right. Yeah, that's why we didn't see a Jew basically assaulted on Harvard campus the other day.
Yeah, and look, those Jews in the library, that's just like the new attic.
Sure. Yeah.
And to make clear, taking on hate is a national priority.
Because you're pandering to stupid people. That's all that is. And please stop saying President Biden and I. Just say President Biden, because you ain't do shit. You have no authority. You literally have no authority.
No, look, Monkey, it was Chief of Staff and I.
Hang on 1 second. My mic is... That's probably why I got muted. Hang on a second. My mic was actually floppy. It needs a blue pill. It's all right.
Did you rub it gently and tell it Boogie loves it?
No, that's why I muted myself. I had to blow on it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Soon it'll stop being a microphone.
It'll be a boom mic. Here we go.
And I held the first White House summit to address hate-fueled violence.
She actually said it, Jack. They had a meeting. That's what summit means. We had a meeting.
But it's an important meeting.
Important meeting. It's a summit.
Like a blue ribbon panel. That's a super important meeting.
And we brought together religious leaders, community leaders, and survivors.
For a meeting. Kamala Harris, thank you so much. Did I hear someone needs blowing? Yes, indeed. She's always ready for that, Jack.
I'm no doubt.
I just always imagine her as the chick under the podium in the Police Academy movie, the first one. Yeah.
To continue our work to keep all Americans safe.
You brought a bunch of religious leaders together to continue your work to keep us safe.
Spiritually?
This is meaningless drivel.
Of course it is. Government.
All right. I think this is the part we get to where I get really annoyed.
And today, we take another important step forward in our fight against hate. For years, Muslims...
Why does she talk like she's being jump cut? Was their teleprompter not working correctly?
No, I think I actually know people that do this, but they're all smokers. This is how they, because there's pauses there where they would be taking a breath and exhaling.
I suppose so.
I think that's just the. I think she was probably a smoker at one time and got in the habit
Oh.
of communicating that
She's
way.
a pole smoker.
Yeah, like I said, a smoker.
She better be careful. There's a TikTok doctor out there saying that blowjobs are the #1 cause of throat cancer, which, by the way, is not true. Do you know what is really causing a problem with throat cancer?
Cunnilingus.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on the rise. It's because the PV, that woman disease that all you dirty
HPV.
whores, that you dirty whores carry. There's nothing wrong with the high body count. Yeah, except for your boyfriend's gonna sound like Ned from South Park. But
That's right, baby.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting off cunnilingus. Anyway, here we go.
In America and those perceived to be Muslim have endured a disproportionate number of hate-fueled attacks.
Fuck you. No, they haven't. This is why I'm getting mad.
That's total bullshit.
Bullshit. Just the numbers alone. You know who's still getting much more hate than Islamic looking people even?
The Jews!
The Jews. And even their numbers are not as bad as people are talking about. Right now, the right is starting to get on my nerves because they're like, all the hate against the Jews. There's actually not that much evidence of that either. But what evidence we do have shows there's far more against Jews than there are anybody who even kind of looks Muslim. Fuck you, you lying bitch. And here's where she's going to dance on the grave of a dead kid.
Shocker.
As a result of the Hamas terrorist attack in Israel and the humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
Fuck you.
We have seen an uptick
No, you haven't.
in anti-Palestinian, anti-Arab,
No, you haven't.
anti-Semitic, and
Nope.
Islamophobic incidents across America.
You've seen the anti-Jewish ones. You have people running through the streets actually chanting from the river to the sea, but you guys don't count that. Now, if they said that in Charlottesville, they'd be saying it over and over again. But since it's being said while they're waving the Palestinian flag, it's okay.
Including the brutal attack of a Palestinian American woman who was Muslim and the killing of her 6-year-old son.
At least as far as I know, Jack, they still have not provided proof that that was a hate crime. The man pled not guilty to it. And when they came out and like, he did this because he hates Muslims, he hadn't said anything. He said nothing during his arrest. It's in news reports.
Mm-hmm.
They just decided that this was a hate-filled attack. Because the woman who's been stabbed repeatedly, like, yeah, he said it's because we're Muslim.
Or he's just a lunatic, one of the two.
I have a feeling that it has more to do with some landlord dispute.
What?
He was their landlord.
And maybe they just didn't pay the rent, or they were trashing the place, or they're just annoying tenants in general. Nah, it's gotta be hate.
Yeah, Darth Mondo, an actual Jewish female synagogue leader, murdered. She doesn't bring that lady up at all.
No, why would she? She doesn't give a shit.
Nobody brings that lady up.
Yeah, because that goes against the narrative.
Yeah, it's not a 6-year-old kid she can dance on the grave of while they're for some reason bringing out this thing to stop Muslim hate after Muslims killed a bunch of Jews in Gaza.
A senseless act of violence that the Department of Justice is investigating as a hate crime.
Oh. Do you know how many things they investigate as hate crimes that turn out not to be hate crimes, even by your fucking retarded definition? This is another one of those. It's meaningless. It's fucking meaningless to go, they're investigating it as a hate crime.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it is a hate crime. They're just checking it out.
Are they doing that in the whole thing with the trans shooter at the Christian school?
We don't talk about that. That's been memory hold.
Thank you, Mighty Balzac. Kamala toe? Yes, camel toe is on the march.
For so many people in our nation, the past few days and weeks have brought about all too familiar fears. Fears that they will be targeted, profiled, or attacked.
Fears founded on bullshit pushed by idiots like you. Did you hear what she just said?
Mm-hmm.
These people, they have fears that this could happen. I have fear of being trapped underground, Jack. I guess we need a national thing for monkeys' irrational fear of tight spaces.
Yeah, maybe if told people not to go spelunking or exploding themselves, it might go a lot further toward not having hate against your people.
There are still people who have fears that if they don't wear a mask in public, they're going to die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it a worthwhile fear. It's called an irrational fear for a reason.
No, monkey, it's totally rational to be completely terrified and hold on to pseudoscience. My phrenologist said it was cool.
Since 2001, September 11th to be exact, no religious group has been more protected in the United States than Islam.
Yep.
Nobody has been more advocated for than Islam. Every time some fucking Islamic bastard kills people, we have to hear, don't be mean to Muslims.
Yep.
Every fucking time. But let a Christian do something wrong and see what we hear.
That's why the FBI is investigating them.
Simply because of who they are, how they worship, or how they look. And so today, I am proud to announce the Biden-Harris administration will develop our nation's first national strategy to counter Islamophobia.
So they're coming up with a plan to do nothing. We have a plan to counter this shit that's not even real. Jack, we saw massive crowds marching through our city streets, chanting for the Palestinians. In those cases, how much violence was there against those people?
Let me check. None.
Good thing they've got a nice strategy going on.
Yeah.
This strategy will be a comprehensive...
This is in response to Jews being killed.
Yes. Look, Jews killed Muslims most affected.
Yeah.
Probably because they killed them. But...
and detailed plan to protect Muslims and those perceived to be Muslim from...
For the record, guys, I am now perceived to be Muslim.
Me too. I want to be a protected class.
Yeah, anything I can identify in that I don't have to prove, I'm part of that now. Yeah. I'm all the things, Jack.
Same here.
Yeah. So you have to be nice to me because I'm perceived to be Muslim. I'll even say it Muslim if that helps. Remember when Obama used to do that? It used to drive me nuts. Muslim.
Yeah, it sounds silly that way.
It's not people running around with little squirrel friends, fucker. Muslim.
The cult of Bullwinkle. Yeah.
Yes.
Bigotry and violence, and to address the concern that some government policies may discriminate against Muslims.
Not being able to marry your sister.
Ilhan got away with it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still a law, right? So we need to get rid of those anti-Muslim, no child bride, no marrying your sister rules. I'm just saying, we're trying to be inclusive to everybody here, Jack.
Yeah, like the British police that look the other way on sex crimes.
For example, the so-called Muslim ban, which President Biden revoked on our first day in office.
It wasn't a Muslim ban, and the states that were targeted by that were states that were chosen by, who was that?
Oh, that was Obama, monkey.
Barack Obama. Yeah.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Which he got rid of the first day in office. Yeah, these were all states that were known to support terrorists.
Yeah.
And you're now bragging after a terrorist attack on the Israelis, that you guys made it easier for terrorists to come here.
Well, they made it a lot easier because not only did they lift that ban, they just left the southern border wide open.
Yeah. Hey, she's the czar of that. I am sure it's as closed as her lips when there's a penis around.
Yeah. She starts drooling at the thought of either one.
George Santos, thank you. To keep our gender diverse, indigenous, Muslim monkey population safe from the tight spaces everywhere, I'm officially introducing a bill that will require all women to dilate their vaginas every 2 hours. Trans women will be exempt from this discrimination. Well played. Thank you.
This is a good time to remind everybody we're brought to you by you. So we're an hour into the show. If you're enjoying it, please hit the like button, share it on your social media, subscribe if you haven't, and if you're feeling generous, you can toss us a couple bucks at the Streamlabs link, which is listed in the description, going through chat, and it's pinned at the top of the YouTube chat.
All right, let's finish with, as Willie Brown would say, let's finish on Kamala here.
Ew.
Am I wrong?
No.
It's an easy joke, but I mean, you gotta.
Well,
Here's
lots
the
of
bottom
things
line.
about this are easy.
In America, no one should be made to fight hate alone. And in this moment, then, let us all clearly say, a harm against any one of us is a harm against all of us.
Profound.
That's so deep. Philosophy major wrote this.
A crime against, or a harm against one of us is a harm against all of us.
What, we all take damage if somebody gets punched? No.
Sweetheart, can we go back to the southern border for a minute?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that at all?
We talk about the Catholics being investigated by the feds, or parents at school board meetings, or Donald Trump being charged with a bunch of non-crimes.
Hey, he sent tweets, man.
Oh, he was mean. Oh, man.
He sent a tweet that said something was happening.
Oh, monster.
That's a crime now.
Apparently.
I watched this and I seriously, my mouth dropped. Like, they can't really be doing this. And then I saw the actual post where they put up the thing. Like, you guys are, who is running this place right now?
I don't know. It's a fucking clown show. I thought this was a deep fake at first, but then I was like, her lips aren't out of sync, and this sounds stupid enough. And I looked into it, and yeah, sure enough, this is stupidly real.
In response to Hamas attacking Israel, our president and this idiot are going to protect the Muslims.
Yes. That's how out of touch they are.
If I told you this was going to happen like 6 months ago, no, 6 months ago, you'd have believed it. 10 years, no, 10 years, because we, after 9/11, no, we have to go back almost 30 years. We have to go back before 9/11, because this shit's been going on since 9/11. Anytime the Muslims do something bad, it's like, we have to protect the Muzzies. Is that a slur? Am I allowed to say Muzzy?
I think you're allowed to say that. I don't know.
If that's a slur to any of my Muslim fans, take it up with Muhammad.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Get over it.
Yeah.
We make fun of everybody.
Blow it off.
Just like be like Kamala and blow it off.
Just blow it right off. That's how our White House is responding to it. Hey, we got to make sure we suck up to the Muslims so they'll still vote for us.
Yeah, you got Snow and Blow running everything.
These fucking idiots, man.
Kamala and Hunter are Snow and Blow.
What else I got going on today? This one, I just want to put this on the screen and talk about it briefly. I'm not real sure who this is directed at. This chick named Amy, her Basic Channel or Chanel, I guess. She's been putting videos. This person right here, we've actually seen before. The one that's in that picture there.
Mm-hmm.
They like to go around to restaurants in dresses and talk like this. And when somebody calls them sir, they correct them and talk about how much it hurts their feelings.
Yeah. Let me evangelize my pronouns to you. Ugh.
Says, I know that November 20th is less than 3 weeks away. November 20th is Trans Day of Remembrance, if I remember correctly. It's less than 3 weeks away, but if we work together, we can hear Amy's name recited. The Trans Day of Remembrance is for people who've been murdered. Come on, girls, we can do it. This person has been openly calling to have this chick murdered.
That's a dude.
Well, okay, yeah, this dude has been openly calling for this woman to be murdered. I don't know if Amy is a man or a woman, because Amy says this is a skill issue. You earn the pronouns by looking like a woman. Anything else is compelled speech. I disagree. Anytime you tell me what I have to say, even if you look like a woman and I know you're a dude, if I call you a dude and you say you can't do that, that's compelled speech.
Yeah, even if I'm calling a woman a dude.
Sure.
Then you're correct, because some women look like dudes.
So she's a little bit wrong on what she says there, that Amy person.
Mm-hmm.
But these people are insane. They're advocating this woman to be murdered because she points out that you're a douchebag who runs around. You have the camera set up, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
That's not on accident. You just happen. What, every time you go out to eat, you put a fucking camera in front of you? You're just that enthralled with your own mandible movement?
Yeah, some people are, and that is a big jaw.
And yeah, they talk like this. Excuse me. I'm a ma'am. I'm a woman. And I told you this like 4 days ago when I was in here, and you obviously remember me.
Yeah, this is just more narcissism disguised as transgenderism.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of costume wearing I find very offensive. Like, just admit that you're self-centered, okay? It's a lot easier and more likely to get you attention, quite frankly.
Let me see if I can find a video from that idiot.
Look on your boy Pat's timeline. That specific video is on there.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's been going around the last couple of days.
While
you're looking that up, thank you, Frosted Glass. An attack against any of us is an attack against all of us. Kamala Harris. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Unnamed New Yorker in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. Can't wait till she says, apes together strong. Planet of the Apes reference. Nice.
Yeah, this person, all they do is make these videos where they're filming themselves. Looking right at that camera. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that smug little smile, too. Like, oh, I'm so happy you misgendered me.
Totally spontaneous that they catch this over and over again.
Looks like he's having a nice feast.
She, her.
She, her.
It's okay. It's all good.
But
all
it
good.
was not all good.
Hi.
It's all good.
I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir.
Oh,
Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart.
Sir is not a pronoun.
Yeah, that's what, honorific?
Yeah.
Also, a lot of people in the real world still have no idea about this pronoun shit because they work normal people jobs. So your online attention seeking, where you're trying to trick people into misgendering you or whatever, they're gonna fall for it because they don't know about this crap. Not everybody works with a lunatic or has to be around lunatics.
I think more and more people are getting educated to it, sadly.
Oh, unfortunately, yes.
Real quick, Green Lady Gray, I hope you feel better. She's not feeling well. She's going to go take a bath and try to go to bed. I hope you feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry you're not feeling well. Don't push yourself too hard.
I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Well,
Okay. Sweetwater's
well, bye.
starts at
yes,
okay.
sir.
Not
I mean, I'm so sorry. I apologize.
it's just always like a knife.
It's always like a fuck off. You do it on purpose. You record it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You
But it's
know
like a knife through the heart or the gut, depending on which clip you're looking at.
Yeah, I know when I hate being stabbed, Jack, I repeatedly stab myself.
I go to places and set people up to stab me. Yeah.
I really, it's like a knife through the heart every time. I wonder if they'll do it at McDonald's.
Like Brian Adams once said, cuts like a knife.
It cuts like a knife. Oh, but it feels so right. Oh, did that guy finally take down his stupid ass poster? Did I get blocked? Okay, he took
You're
it
probably
down.
blocked. Oh. Usually
Yeah.
you just get blocked.
It was another one of these people trying to suggest that these idiot students who are actually saying they're part of Hamas, that if you say that they shouldn't be, that they should be disbanded because of laws, that it's the same. They literally said as somebody being called MAGA. Like those aren't even. Those are entirely different things. It's called context, fucker. Look it up. But yeah, apparently he got enough shit that he deleted it, pussy. Let's see. Oh, this motherfucker. I had never heard of him, or if I did, I didn't pay much attention to him before all of this nonsense with Israel. Met a Columbia University grad student, South Asian woman, who got doxxed for signing on to a letter. Her face was shared on the side of a truck that went around the university. She was walking through campus and someone stopped her and said, "Oh, so you're that terrorist, right?" You can disagree with folks. Their opinions you might find nutty, but aggressively targeting and doxing college kids and grad students and making them unsafe and trying to ruin their career probably isn't the flex you think or best response to legitimate concerns of anti-Semitism.
Oh, fuck off. First of all, they did this to themselves. If you don't think through the consequences of what you're signing, you're a fucking idiot.
I'm fairly certain I know which student he's talking about, and she is not apologetic about the letter at all.
Of course not. 90% of them aren't, unless they've gotten in trouble for it or had a job offer or something rescinded. They're only upset that they're getting consequences. They're not upset about what they actually did and how they admitted to being part of a terrorist organization. They're just mad there's pushback for it.
And notice that she signed on to the letter. This isn't a group she was part of signed on to a letter. She did it. Now, I'm all for having discussion, right? But when you're openly supporting terrorists, fuck you. Just fuck you. You can think Israel's done a lot of bad shit and that they should stop and stuff, but once you cross over to actually supporting Hamas, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
When you sign on to a letter that says basically Israel brought this on themselves, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I have a problem with the whole saying that they're part of a terrorist organization thing and expecting no consequences. They're lucky that this so-called harassment is just people laughing at them and making fun of them and maybe getting some job offers rescinded. Because if I were running the DOJ, all these people would be dragged into a federal office and interrogated, and their entire lives combed through because they just admitted to being military-aged people with ties to a terror organization in our country.
Yep.
And if they're not citizens, deport them back the fuck home immediately.
Jarvis here. I didn't even see he had said this. This is terrible. You should post the full text of the letter so that we can agree with it. That was my point when I tweeted this out. Like, why don't you show the letter?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us what that letter said? He makes it sound like it's, look, it's just a policy disagreement. And that's how they keep framing this bullshit. They just have different ideas. Even, they have nutty ideas. Like supporting terrorists. That's just nutty. It's just a prank, bruh.
Yeah, like, like that Goebbels guy. He had some wacky ideas.
Just some crazy ideas about the Jews, It is amazing to me how they justify that shit now. I did not read this article, but I have to address this again. It's brief about the NFL, Jack, not about the actual game. Opinion. The NFL wishes it could be Taylor Swift. Tall, attractive, safe, and white. 75% of the NFL is black, and about 42% of the avid fan base is black. And yet, for some reason, the NFL keeps shoving Taylor Swift down our collective throat. They
Because
mentioned
they
she's
like
at the
having an audience.
they mentioned she's at the game and show her on camera occasionally.
Yeah,
Most
because
most of the people talking about Taylor Swift being there are unrelated to sports.
yeah, they're like the TMZ types. They're not, they're entertainment journalists. Because Taylor Swift is a big moneymaker and gets attention, because her fans are rabid and will eat up anything about her.
The NFL has been trying for as long as I can remember to increase their female fan base. They haven't even been marginally hiding that. They're open about it. They have whole groups and stuff that they support just for girls playing football, Jack. And this comes along and they get this massive influx of people who would never watch the NFL suddenly doing so because Taylor is. If Beyonce's hooked up with some really good football player and her fans all suddenly started watching it, we'd hear nothing but, hey, look, Beyonce's there with whoever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what happened. It happens to be Taylor Swift when she's still at the height of her career. She has that fucking concert series going on where she's just singing all her old stuff and people are like, let's go watch.
Yeah. A buddy of mine went to that concert, the one they filmed.
I have look, Swifties, I think you guys take your shit way too seriously, but this is a boon for them. Of course they're gonna fucking blow it up. It's not because they want it all to be white. It's because they want female fans, fucker. Taylor Swift is dating a Chiefs person. A Chiefs person? His name is Travis Kelce. Probably right now the best tight end who's ever played, and you call him a Chiefs person? How dare you, sir?
Didn't even know his name or what team he
How
was
dare
on.
you?
I just knew he was a ball person.
How dare you? It's Travis Kelce. I'm a Charger fan who I hate him twice a year, but I mean his skill is undeniable.
That's what Taylor says.
That I'm guessing so, man. He's a twin. He's not a. Is he a twin? I mean, I know his brother plays, but his brother's older than him. His brother plays for the Eagles. They actually played each other in the Super Bowl this last year. Anyway,
so is it going to be like a double album, and it'll be called like the 50-yard line when they break up?
I'm still going with either interception or fumble.
Oh yeah.
Chiefs are football, right? Yes, they are American football. Damn weirdos around the world don't know shit.
Real football, not that soccer crap.
Soccer and kick me. Fuck you. Anyway, I'm just playing. You guys can have whatever opinion you want of football. I don't much care. But yeah, it's not because they want to be white. And that was written by a white dude, from what I can tell from the little picture.
Oh, I'm sure he's some weird little self-loathing male feminist.
I love that he points out, 75% of the players are black, 49% of the fan base is.
Yeah, monsters.
That means and like what? I don't even understand what that means. Like, it's this white girl.
So
they would push anybody who is going to be getting them attention.
Yeah,
they've had a lot of negative press. Hang on, I was opening a New York Post article. That's my fault. For some reason, those fuck up my computer from time to time, Jack.
It happens.
You get any major pop star in there dating one of their people, and who's bigger than Taylor Swift in music right now?
Nobody.
The whole thing is about just getting female fans or more fans in general, because there's a lot of Swiftie guys out there. You just mentioned your friend went to the concert.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he's gay, so.
Well, I was going to make a Mike Harlow joke, but I don't know if Mike likes Taylor.
Yeah.
I should ask him, are you a Taylor Swift fan? It came up on the show.
Are you a Swiftie or a friend of Dorothy?
So, yeah, I mean.
Maybe they should have Bud Light sponsor him, too.
Why do they always have to make shit racist? It has nothing to do with race.
It makes money. This racial division makes cash.
They just want it to be tall white. Shut up. What the NFL wants more than anything else is money. They are a corporation. They like money. They have deservedly had a lot of very bad press for what, half a decade now?
Yeah.
And now they got this gift horse right here, and they're like, we're going to ride that motherfucker to the finish line. But she's white. So what? People like her. That's why they're doing it. Thank you, Frosted Glass. There's David Duke in the stands, right? Yeah.
She is blonde, so apparently she is approximately 5'9" 3/4 to 5'11", so she is taller than the average female.
That is a big bitch.
Yeah.
No offense to tall ladies out there. I'm sorry. That is like well above the average.
Yeah.
Good on Taylor.
That's not saying that.
I hope Travis just never mind. I'm gonna be nice. Wear it out, Travis. Wear it out, because let's be honest, those things don't tend to last very long. So you might as well ride it till the wheels fall off, as they say.
Well, her eggs are starting to gumball up, so she's probably looking for a baby daddy.
Let me see if I can put this in the archive and be able to read it. Because it's an important one to read. Hopefully somebody already archived this. We're going to have to wait a minute. Uh-oh. I don't think. Oh, yeah, cool. Somebody did about an hour ago. Whoever you are, you're a hero. I don't know why the New York Post does that. Sometimes, Jack, we have no issues, and then other times it causes just all kinds of lag with me.
I don't know.
Long Island Democrat charged for stealing sign of GOP campaign rival, replacing it with his own.
Oh, I know who archived this one.
Was it you?
Yeah.
Now, the interesting part of the story is not that he stole the sign and replaced it with his own. No. The interesting part of the sign is when we get to his reaction. These are the pictures of him. This is his friend stealing the sign. He was driving the car. I do want to point out this picture. What just happened? Why did that just jump back to the top? Fucker.
I don't know.
Anyway, do you see his legs?
Kind of. It's pretty
They're
small
very
on my
small.
screen.
I'll put it all the way on the screen so you guys can see it as best we can make it here. They're not in a walking position.
Oh, he's running.
He's running. But no. They weren't doing anything nefarious. No. Not at all, Jack. In fact, Schneider later claimed Wednesday he's the victim of a politically motivated and outrageously false accusation. He said he previously got the okay from the homeowner to remove Gaylor's lawn sign. I am demanding the rule.
You're ducking.
Travis Gardner, thank you so much. I hope as a fellow Travis, he succeeds. Me too, man. I wish those crazy kids all the best. I'm demanding that the Ring door camera footage be my initial friendly conversation with the homeowner, in which I was granted permission to replace the lawn sign, be fully released to the public. To accuse me of stealing a sign in broad daylight when I know I was being recorded is outrageous, unethical, and a deliberate attempt to undermine our strong campaign. This would not have happened if my opponent not been seriously concerned about losing the election. His take is that the bitch set me up. Let me ask you something. What's his name again? I forget. Why are you running to get the sign? You have permission. Why are you running to get it in the car real quick?
That's what totally innocent people do, Monkey. They just run around like crazy people. Maybe they were in a hurry to go watch the Taylor Swift movie.
Maybe. But yeah, he claims he had permission to do it. I'm guessing the homeowner filed the charge because it's the homeowner's property. You cannot steal or break people's political signs, guys. It's a crime.
Yeah.
He got charged with petty theft. He got 2 misdemeanors, class A misdemeanors, if I remember what the story says. But yeah, I just loved his explanation. Hey, bitch, set me up. Like he went up there and knocked on the door. Yeah, I see you have a Ring camera here. I love that. That's my favorite part of the whole thing. When I knew I was being recorded, you didn't know you were being recorded. Even if they had a Ring camera, you don't know that it's actually working.
Yep.
But I knew I was being recorded, and they need to have the friendly thing that we discussed. Don't. Why would you go up to their door and be like, "Hey, dude, can I replace my sign with that one?"
I would like to completely flip your voting preferences.
Who would even do that? That's like a waste of your resources. You have limited time, and you're spending your campaigning going to where there's signs for your opponent and asking if you can switch them. I was born at night, wasn't last night. Now, on the other hand, Jack, I really do hope that he got set up because that would be funny as fuck. I hope he went to this guy's house. Hey, can I replace that sign? Let me ask you this. If you went up and asked if you could replace the sign, why didn't you do it right then?
Yeah.
Why'd you have to come back with an accomplice to steal it?
Why were you in such a hurry?
It's a yard sign. Why didn't you do it right there? Oh, you didn't have any in your car? How about this? Maybe you went to the wrong house. Maybe you got permission at a different house, and since you didn't have signs, you came back and you got the wrong one. Maybe.
I doubt it.
That would have been, if I was going to tell a lie, that would be my lie. I wouldn't be like, bitch, set me up. Got cocaine and hookers. Bitch, set me up. Oh, Marion Barry. God, it must have been a great time. Can you imagine if we could go back in time and do this show when Marion Barry gets caught with the whores and crack?
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, what a great time that would have been. So much fun. Bitch, set me up. That's the greatest line ever. Bitch, set me up. You were still with a whore and crack, sir. This one is just kind of really stupid, but I got to talk about it. Mike Johnson, our new Speaker of the House, apparently he's poor, Jack.
Yeah. That's apparently insulting to some people.
This Matt Fuller guy writing for the Daily Beast. I don't know if he actually wrote this story, but he's the one that's tweeting it out. Mike Johnson doesn't have any retirement savings, own a single stock, or have any assets at all. He has less than $5,000 in his bank account. He's got $250,000 to $500,000 mortgage, a home equity loan, and personal loan. So what's his retirement plan? To lobby, ? I get most Americans are in a similar boat. I'm not a rich man. But when the speaker has zero savings at 51, it's an indication that his financial literacy is, let's just say, how you offset $14 billion in Israeli funding and end up costing the government $90 billion. That's the Biden plan, by the way. Taking a shot at Mike Johnson for that's kind of funny, because they're actually going to be, spending a bunch of money on Ukraine as well and Taiwan. And isn't that like 109 million?
Maybe.
Or sorry, billion. But anyway, their argument is that since the Speaker of the House doesn't have a big fat savings account and like multiple millions made off of insider trading like Nancy Pelosi's husband does, that he's just really bad with finance. He's got 4 kids, Jack. He
doesn't need stock. He's banging.
He's got 4 kids. I don't know how old they are, but if he's 51, I'm imagining at least some of them are getting to college age. He's got a house. He's got to keep a place to live in DC. This shows me he's not bought and paid for.
I know, it's weird. I'm scared too.
He's living. He's got a really big house. That combined total, it's I think like 100,000 of it is a home equity loan, which I'm guessing was either, for campaigning or for actually, building up his house or something. But he's got a fat ass mortgage. He's got a big ass loan. He's got a smaller personal loan. And they're like, how come he doesn't have a shit ton of money in the bank? He's been making, between him and his wife, about, was it $250,000 a year before taxes. And he's got his home and plus got to maintain a place out there in DC where he can sleep at night. I know 174,000, and I said this about AOC. I know it sounds like a lot of money, and for me, that would be a shit ton of money. I also don't have the commuting they have to do. I don't have to maintain 2 residences. I don't have 4 kids living at home, Jack. Do you remember how virtuous it was for Biden to be the poorest member of Congress?
Yep.
This motherfucker was in Congress for like 40 years. And he becomes a vice president. He's so poor, I needed a loan from Obama to move, even though it's covered by the American taxpayers. It was a virtue then. And now it's like, it shows he's horrible with money.
Yeah, I don't think that's accurate. Doesn't his wife work?
Who?
Johnson?
Yes. His wife makes about $50K a year from what they can tell.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
That's how we get to the 250,000 number, because until he became, before he became speaker, he was making 174 a year. It's now, I think, 223, because the speaker and the leader of the Senate both get more money. So you have 174 there. He makes about $26,000 as a professor, and then his wife makes about 50. So that's their finances.
Wasn't he an attorney before that?
Yes, he was.
So, and he doesn't have anything saved?
No.
I find that a little suspect.
I don't. I find that that's probably depending on, like, look, this guy's not living in, the slums.
No.
I'm not saying he's not good with his money. I'm saying he's typical.
Nah, that dude's got a vault of gold bars buried in somebody's yard.
He's living at his means instead of living below him.
Yeah.
And
I don't know why they have a problem with him being good with his money.
Well, it shows he's going to be bad at Congress money. Have you paid attention to Congress? Nancy Pelosi's one of the richest fucking bitches in that place, largely because her husband has made a shit ton of money off of insider trading.
What?
She didn't balance a fucking budget, motherfucker. But no, this is just to take a shot at him because he's living at his means.
Oh, what a piece of shit. He's not massively in debt or, scamming the system. What a monster.
Yeah. Sounds like he's living above his family's means. I mean, yeah. I would say at or below. I don't know how well he affords his loan. There's apparently no interest charges or anything against him right now. I think they even looked up his mortgage to make sure it was current. They looked up his taxes to make sure his taxes are paid. Yeah, so it's just nonsensical. But they get to take a shot at him. He's a warmongering prick. Can't we just say that? He's a warmongering prick, and he doesn't have a savings account. Yeah, that's the important part there. New Speaker of the House, no savings account. News at 11.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Why is this news? Who fucking cares?
Well, because it makes him look bad. That's the only reason. There's literally no other reason to bring that shit up.
I don't understand how this makes him look bad. I just he's not that corrupt. Okay, maybe he's getting bribes in more intelligent ways. This is stupid. What a waste of our time.
I wonder if he's got, like an offshore account, like everybody's favorite little warmonger over there in Ukraine.
Yeah, and a lot of our politicians, I don't doubt, have offshore accounts in like Costa Rica or somewhere.
Well, the story goes on to tell us that since he has no retirement plan, what he's probably going to do is become a lobbyist when he's done.
Yeah, that seems to be the trend.
My guess would be he's going to go back to law, maybe do some lobbying work, but going back to law would be where he'd make more money. And the other option is to write a book or go be a guest on CNN.
Yeah. If he's smart, he'll do some sort of lecture circuit and write a book and hawk it through the lectures.
Yeah.
Double dip that way. And then bank that money and retire.
Pelosi was subpoenaed. What was she subpoenaed for?
hiring the Hammerman. I don't know. Thank you, Frosty Blast. This article should be read in the voice of Mr. Howell from Gilligan's Island, looking down on the lowly plebs.
Yes.
Oh, he doesn't even have a bank account. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's just such a stupid fucking story. And again, it's to embarrass the guy. And it's not like he's Boogie. It's not like he's got $0 and owes thousands. The guy's paying his bills. And they actually say in the article, we have these disclosure things so we can find. Well, hang on. Sorry about that. Yeah, we have these disclosure things so we can find people who are vulnerable to being bought off. No, we don't, fucker. It's to see if they've been bought off.
Yeah. Or they're
What
sleeping with Chinese spies.
I went and looked up AOC's financial disclosure.
Oh.
And she has between $0 and $15,000 saved, which makes her poor, but she has a lot of clout, so that makes her a danger of being bought off. So everybody keep an eye on her.
Will do, buddy.
Anyway, the reason I had to stop there for a second, got a donation came through. Thank you so very much. Just waiting for it to load. Nancy Pelosi, thank you. What? Our new Speaker of the House can't even afford a new fridge with ice cream? Congress sure has fallen since I've been gone. You need to have that. How much was that shit? $12 a pint?
Yeah, something ridiculous like that.
I bet that shit's like 20 now.
That's probably not very good either.
Well, it's rich people ice cream. Of course it's not. Rich people eat nasty food, y'all. I'm just saying. They eat gross shit, Jack.
Yeah, because it's exotic and expensive.
We have steak and lobster. I'll take the steak. You can keep your sea bug.
Yeah, right?
You can keep your little cockroach. I don't want to eat that nasty shit. They used to give that to poor people. They used to feed it to prisoners.
Mental ill prisoners. Yeah, come on. It's inhumane. Yeah, shut up.
And somebody's like, I bet we could sell this to rich people. They're stupid. Bridgeport primary election overturned. New vote ordered. A Superior Court judge has ordered a new Democratic mayoral primary in Bridgeport, was this Maine, ruling that challenger John Gomes' claims of unprecedented absentee ballot fraud merited a new election. Wait, where have I heard that before?
It's a mystery.
The judge ordered the two sides and city election officials to meet within the next 10 days to begin discussions about when to hold a primary and to have an answer by November 17th. So the Democrats are cheating each other again.
What?
Shocking. But Judge William Clark's order on Wednesday to hold the new primary is not the end of the court case. Attorneys representing the city said they will file an emergency appeal to the state Supreme Court, raising the possibility that the state's highest court will be hearing legal arguments as voters go to the polls Tuesday. Clark's ruling does not impact actual voting on Tuesday, as the judge has no authority to halt an election. And this is where we come into issues, and it's what we saw during the 2020 election, where judges, they're erring on the side of letting it just happen. And then when it happens, they're like, oh, well, I mean, if we undid it now, it would be unfair. It's literally what we saw in the case in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
They acknowledged that what happened there was unconstitutional by their own state rules. Like, but I mean, we're going to let it go anyway. That's why they got overturned by the feds, but it was too late to matter. The results of next week's general election will determine what happens next. If Gomes wins, his attorney William Blah said he would withdraw the complaint and Gomes would be mayor. If Ganim wins, their candidates are Gomes and Ganim.
Yep.
Sounds like a weird D&D module.
Right? And you're probably not supposed to pronounce the G.
Oh, right. Ohms and anims. Nims wins Tuesday election. Another Democratic primary will take place, according to the order. If Ganim wins the new primary, he would be reelected mayor, and another general election wouldn't be necessary because the relief Gomes was seeking was a new primary election. Yeah, it makes sense. So if he wins, there's no real reason for the election. Although I would argue that, yes, there is. If there's a question about the absentee ballots, it should still be resettled.
Oh, there's video of this same lady dropping off tons of ballots and even getting like a security guard to drop off some ballots.
Yeah, if Ganim wins, and that's still if I'm him, hang on. Thank you, Ball Potato. I'll get that in just a second. If Ganim loses and they have that same evidence, if I'm him, I sue then, right? Because the election itself is in question. You have to stop and redo it. It doesn't matter who fucking wins. I mean, the reason it would be thrown out in this case is because only the one guy's brought it. The other guy should be bringing it as well, just to challenge it. But
unless he's the one cheating. I mean,
unless he's the one cheating. Thank you, Evolved Potato. Indentured servants sued and actually won a lawsuit against their masters because they were being fed lobster too often. Lobsters are disgusting sea bugs, and people that like to eat it make me lose some respect for them. Fair enough.
Right? I mean, you eat roaches, dude. They're just water based. That's it.
They're sea roaches, so they stink.
I've been saying it for years, man. People are finally kind of catching on that they're just sea roaches.
Been on that train with you.
I know. And we got to get the message out.
You're the first one I heard call them sea bugs, and you are the reason I call them sea bugs. But ever since you said, I've been against lobster forever. I had it once as a kid, and that shit's fucking gross.
Yep.
They're nasty looking, and what if it was just crawling across your floor, you'd step on it.
If that thing was crawling across your floor, you'd move. Yeah. Like right there, you'd just be like, I'm just leaving all my shit. It'd be like the Amityville house. Like, oh, I'm out. All my shit can stay. I'll send somebody else for it.
I don't get people who eat sea stuff. It's fish is bad enough, but the stuff that's literally littering the sea floor, you're like, yeah, give me that.
Yeah.
You know, it's where all some Spaghetti God Original just said they are garbage eaters. Everything down there's a bottom feeder.
Quite literally.
Yeah, let me eat the stuff that eats fish poop. Anyway, so yeah, these idiots are gonna. I understand the judge's order, but it's the wrong order. It should be just no matter what happens, it needs to be redone. Because if it needs to be redone for one of them, it needs to be redone for both.
Yep, might as well just cut to the chase now instead of wasting court time.
Yep, it's a tainted election, so there you go. But no, hey, that stuff doesn't happen here in the United States. What are you talking about? People bringing massive piles of ballots to a single box. Hey, they just went to all of their friends and got those. They're perfectly legit. Now, we're not going to compare signatures because we don't have time. COVID. I'm going to stop before I get us in real trouble.
Yeah.
We're not just.
I dropped the link of the video that came out too of the same lady dropping all these ballots off. So if you guys want to watch it,
I kind of do.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I was moving on to the next story, but if we have the video of that shit, yeah, absolutely.
Do you want it in the side chat or did you scroll up?
I grabbed it.
Oh, okay.
Luckily or not, the chat over on Rumble doesn't move that fast, so grabbing links from there is really easy to do.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Hi, Rumble chat. How you guys doing?
Hey, guys. We love you. See, I have it open. I pay attention to what's being said and stuff. I just can't always respond. All right, so we watch again. I didn't watch it. Good God, how many fucking ballots is that?
It's a stack. That's just the first drop.
She's got another stack in this hand.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a stack of ballots. It's not like two. It's 5:42 a.m.
Yeah, that's a normal time to drop off ballot. You know what? She was just starting her day. She gets up at 5, does some jumping jacks, has a Go-Gurt, and runs out and puts ballots in the box.
You know, like you do.
Like you do. All right. So then she waddles away. She really does waddle too.
Yeah, she's kind of a hefty lass.
Yeah. For the record, as jumpy as the video might be, this video is jumpy too, so it's not just us.
Yeah, it's a surveillance camera, so it's like 10 frames a second instead of 60.
And then she's wandering off. And wait, did she
she's come back?
She immediately came back?
Yep, she just walked in a circle.
And look at, she's got a whole nother stack.
She's got a whole bag full of these. Literally 1 minute later.
She just forgot that she had some of them.
Yeah, you know, it happens. You know, sometimes you just moseyed around, you forgot you did some ballot harvesting.
Wait. All right, this is her third deposit. See if I can get it stopped at the right stop. Right there. This is the part that immediately she is looking out like, is anybody watching me? You should have looked for the security cameras, sweetie.
Yeah. Stare right into them intensely, like you could see the person filming you.
The ballot fairy came out? Or came early? Yeah. Another whole big stack.
1 drop. 2 drop. 3 drop a lady.
Good God. Wow. Oh, she had another one?
Oh, we're not anywhere near done. So there she is. Just getting that guy to put some in.
I'm sure it's all totally legit, Jack.
Oh yeah, I don't know how. I mean, when I am collecting ballots legitimately, I just go get somebody else to deposit them for the 6th drop.
Well,
idiots.
You know what her problem was? You don't do it at 5:20 in the morning. You do it at 4:20 in the morning because everybody's high and nobody will notice.
Oh yeah, I was thinking during the witching hour when spells could be cast to protect you. This looks shady as shit. And look, I never harvested ballots before. I don't know how any of that works. But if the Republicans were doing this, you know, it'd be front page news.
If the Republicans were doing this, I'd be calling for the election to be canceled as well and have it redone because this is nonsense. This is why the whole absentee ballot thing is fucking stupid. It is literally the easiest way to cheat.
Yep.
And YouTube, don't get mad at me for saying that. You know who says that? The Democratic Party. Everybody who pays attention to elections says the easiest way to cheat is absentee ballots. Because it's incredibly hard. You know, we check it against signatures. Yeah, and I'm sure you guys are all handwriting experts. I've seen some of the signatures you guys approved.
Right.
I also know my signature, Jack. And if you guys ever meet me in person and like, can I have your autograph? One, don't do it. It's weird. But you're going to be mad when you get it because it does not look like letters.
Yeah.
I scribble.
Yeah. I sign my name like a doctor and I print like a 3rd grader. I have nerve damage in my hands, so I can't write very well.
I'm lazy. And part of my problem with this is true. Part of my problem with signing my signature is I used to skip school and then write notes for myself, but I would do it in my dad's handwriting. My dad had horrible handwriting.
Yeah.
And the only place it really took was my signature. So if you ever see my signature, you can read the F, you can read the K, and you can read the first letter of my last name. That's it. I don't even try with the last name. I put the first letter and basically just a line. So we compare signatures. Yeah, that's the same as having somebody with their ID standing in front of you voting.
Yeah.
100% the same thing. Anyway.
Super meticulous.
The most annoying thing about that is I don't agree with the Democrats a lot, but when they were talking about, election fraud and stuff, touch screens and absentee ballots and stuff. I'm on their side on that stuff. And then they changed it all because of Trump.
Yep.
And then suddenly, no, most secure election ever. That's a weird fucking thing to even have to say.
Yeah, it makes me wonder about the other ones.
It's the most secure. Oh, so you're saying all the others have been like horribly bad? What was the least secure one ever? My guess is going to be 1960.
Oh, yeah, well, that
saying.
makes sense. Yeah.
Not that I think Nixon necessarily should have been elected earlier, but JFK's dad was like actually bragging about it. So if you go to state politics, probably everyone that's ever happened in Chicago.
Yeah.
Well, you have Louisiana too. I still want to know how we know there's so much political corruption and nobody ever does anything about it.
Because all the people that would do something about it are the corrupt people that did something.
Progressive Bernie Brew owner, ordered to pay record $750,000 for defaming conservative publisher. What is Bernie Brew? Is that a Bernie Sanders inspired beer?
It's a brewery.
Yeah, but is it that the guy's name or?
No,
all right.
It's just read it. It says it in there.
A conservative was. You could tell me. I mean, we're gonna read it, but wow. Wisconsin newspaper publisher is no doubt hoisting a cold one to a local jury that has ordered a brewery owner, liberal activist, to pay $750K for the state's largest defamation judgment. Previous record was $450K, said Jay. I don't care. On Friday, and Oneida, I don't know how to say that.
Oneida, I don't know.
County jury took only 3 hours, including a lunch break. You know what? If you're on a jury and you guys, you're deliberating and stuff, make sure you take the time to have your lunch break before you give the judge your rules. You've earned it. Yeah. Yes, it came from a vending machine, but make them feed you. And make them give you that time. What is it, like 50 cents? Including a lunch break to order Minocqua,
I think, yeah.
Minocqua Brewing Company owner Kirk Bangstad to pay $750K for defaming Lakeland Times publisher Greg Walker in a post on the brewery's popular social media outlet. Among other things, the 13-member jury found Bangstad had smeared Walker by calling him a crook and a misogynist. That should make a lot of liberals scared. They like throwing those terms around a lot.
They do. And somebody got held accountable.
Bangstad, who operates a federal super PAC, because of course he does, also was found to have defamed Walker by claiming in a Facebook post that he had engaged in elder abuse and committed other crimes against family members so that he could inherit the newspaper business. Jesus Christ.
He really committed to the bit.
Bruh, you got a lawyer? Under the jury verdict, Bangstad and his brewery are to pay $320,000 in compensatory damage, and Bangstad is to pay $430,000 in punitive damage out of his own pocket for his Facebook posts about crimes against family members. The jury concluded Bangstad acted with malice, and that August 22nd post. Fuck. Bangstad, who ran unsuccessfully as a Democrat for the Wisconsin Assembly in 2020, declined to discuss the case. Really? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
His lawyer probably said, do not say anything.
Yeah, because you're going to do it again. We all know it.
Look, say it if you want to. You're just going to pay me and him.
Yeah.
I'll talk to the Journal Sentinel, but I would prefer not to talk to you, Bangstad told columnist David Bice of the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, part of the USA Today network. Bangstad's super PAC recently asked state Supreme Court's new liberal majority to eliminate funding for the state's 4 taxpayer-funded school voucher programs and that's unimportant to this. Minocqua, Indian name we should have changed brewing company. Owner Bangstad vows to appeal the verdict. On Facebook, he said he would appeal the jury verdict. I have to trust the Wisconsin judicial system. Its appellate system in particular will ultimately be just in this case. Okay, there's a misconception about how appellate courts work. You can go in there and you can say, hey, the judge didn't give this information to the jury, or they gave a wrong ruling on one of our motions, or you can say this is too much damages. Most of the time, you can't just go in there and go, they ruled wrong, and have the appellate court go, oh, you're right, we'll just overturn this.
Yeah, there has to be some egregious reason.
Yeah. Sometimes people win cases that they shouldn't, and they lose cases that they shouldn't, and there's nothing the appellate court can do about it. It's the flaw in the system when you have 12 people, or in some case, there's some states, Jack, that when you get down to like this kind of stuff, like 8 people, whatever, when you're having a jury decide this, even a judge decide, when you have other people deciding this who weren't there or have their own opinions on stuff, bad verdicts happen. And I'm not saying this is a bad verdict. I'm not arguing that at all. I'm just arguing that I'm going to appeal. That doesn't mean shit. Amber Heard appealed.
Yeah, just because you don't like the ruling doesn't make it wrong.
Yeah, I told her to get bent. Frosty Glass, thank you. Change it to Trail of Beers Brewing. There you go. Americans, stop naming shit after Indians, okay? We get it. Everybody thinks it sounds cool when you pronounce Chippewa. Stop it. It should be Steve County. Anyhow, where are we? I have to trust the Wisconsin judicial system. Its appellate system in particular will ultimately be just in this case. I have to believe this because I still believe in America, Wisconsin, and our institutions. And years ago, before Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson, Sarah Palin, Rush Limbaugh, and Fox News, our institutions, because they were strong and trusted by our citizens, were the envy of the world. Yes, yes. The problem with our court system is Sarah Palin.
Yes.
Fuck off. You should have settled out of court, homie. On Friday, he put it more bluntly, attacking Oneida County Circuit Judge Leon Stens. The long and short of it is that this county judge had it in for us. What'd he do?
Ruled against him.
Matthew Fernholz, the attorney for Walker, said he was pleased with the jury's conclusion. No shit. Your client's getting $750,000. You're probably getting what, 30% of that?
At least.
So you can get $225K out of this guy. I bet you're really pleased. And that's if he's not, just working on whatever other money he gets from them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need $500 an hour to have an intern that I pay $6 to look up this case for me. You lawyers, man, you guys are dirty bastards. We feel like it's a solid jury verdict. It should be upheld. Friedman said the Wisconsin Newspaper Association lawyer said it. The Wisconsin Newspaper Association lawyer said at least 2 cases have logged $450K awards, the previous record for the state, including a 1992 case. I don't give a shit. I'm quite certain there's never been like $1 million verdict in Wisconsin in a defamation case, Friedman said. So I think this is the biggest one now. They already told us it's the biggest one now. Why are you... I hate when they waste my time. I'm quite certain there's never been $1 million case. Well, you could have read this story and they would have told you for real. What's interesting about the case, in addition to the amount of the jury verdict, is the role of the newspaper in the case. Usually a paper is a target of a libel lawsuit, not the other way around. True. Newspapers get sued all the time. And often they win when they shouldn't. New York Times, I'm looking at you. Muckroqua Beering Company, known for progressive beer like Bernie Brew.
Beering Company.
What did I say?
You said Beering Company.
I'm sorry.
Brewing.
They need to change the name of it because it's throwing me off. Steve Brewing, known for its progressive beer like Bernie Brew. Bangstad had drawn attention to his outspoken political stances. hanging a giant Biden-Harris sign outside the brewery and battling with local government bodies. Well, aren't you just the little go-getter? He started selling progressive beer with names like Bernie Brew and Fair Maps in 2020, and he launched we should have named it after an American brewing company, Super PAC, in 2021. The PAC has funded a lawsuit against the Waukesha School District for removing COVID precautions, and another alleging 3 Wisconsin Republicans conspired to keep Democrat Joe president from being. Fuck you, man. This guy's a douchebag.
You have too much free time on his hands, apparently.
That does remind me of something that I forgot from my own list, Jack, that we just got to touch on real fast. Because this chick, good God. We're only going to read that. This is a really long post she made, is where she just daisy chains it together. This is Elizabeth Spires, and she says, there are people I love talking about COVID lockdowns being horrible and pointing to children, and none of them have children. Where now we know kids in states that were not locked down has equal learning loss. Because it turns out pandemics are stressful across the board. And probably lockdown kids had to deal with more deaths. So the dark version of this is that misery evened out. I have not seen the study that she's talking about that proves this. But then she says this. But also, no one in the U.S. really locked down. Everyone points to NYC, but I lived here, motherfuckers, with a 5-year-old in one of the top 3 most affected zip codes. All right. Were the kids affected by the lockdown, sweetie, or did they not happen?
Yes.
It can't be both.
Sure it can. It's called having your cake and eating it too.
It's called making up bullshit. And
like I said,
I just love that I lived here, motherfuckers. I bet she felt, she probably even patted herself on the back for that, motherfuckers.
So edgy and cool.
There's no reason to throw that part in there. If you're gonna do that, it's I lived here, bitches. You don't have to go to motherfucker. That's a little too far. You're overselling it.
Bitches wasn't far enough. See, she's got to emphasize her point and then put a bumper sticker on her car.
This is why I hate people who don't know how to swear and try doing it. Come to me, I'll teach you. It's got to be more natural. You just can't throw in motherfucker anywhere.
Well, look, when you have a 5-year-old, you can't swear around them most of the time, so she's got to get it out somewhere.
No. She's like, eat that macaroni, motherfucker.
She might be. I've seen parents do that. So.
I made that for you, motherfucker. Eat it, you little motherfucker. I'm just going to keep saying motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
It's so unnatural the way it's written there. It bothered me. But I just like, hey, the lockdowns cause all the kids to have learning problems, but there were no lockdowns.
But it's more of a guideline than a rule, right?
Sure, Sparky. Why not? I'm wet. Also, I'm not. Florida Highway Patrol, U.S. border agents detained 17 Chinese migrants after making landfall in Key Largo.
What's the doodle?
Sure. Now I'm going to have to go listen to Key Largo by Bernie. What's his name? Key Largo, Florida. The Florida Highway Patrol teamed up with U.S. Border Patrol this week to assist in detaining over a dozen migrants who made landfall in Key Largo. Where were they coming from that they landed in Key Largo?
Probably that
Chinese,
super
right?
Probably that super not so secret base they have in Cuba.
The Cuban base, yeah.
That's the only place I can think of.
I don't know Florida enough. Isn't Key Largo on the east side? Am I wrong on that, guys?
Let me look it up.
Now I got to look it up. Key Largo. I need to find it on a map. Google, help me out.
Location, Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, so it's on the inner side. Okay. I don't know geography, Jack.
Oh, I don't pay attention to fucking Key Largo. I'm poor.
Oh no, it's on the very tip. It is more towards the eastern side. So yeah, if they were coming from Mexico, that is a long fucking trip to get to Key Largo.
But they're
Fuck.
coming from the secret Cuba base. That's totally not a base,
It's
and Biden seems totally cool with because he's got a big pile of money from the Chinese. Then
yeah, isn't
everything's
Cuba just
fine,
like
right?
25 miles from the coast of Florida or something like that?
Something stupid like that?
Yeah. Anyway, according to FHP, Border Patrol agents asked troopers to set up a security perimeter at mile marker 109 in Monroe County on Sunday as they attempted to arrest the suspects. Troopers said more than 20 migrants arrived in Florida by boat. Out of the 20 migrants, FHP said 17 of them were from China, including 11 men and 6 women. 3 men from Ecuador were also detained, according to the press release. While the Biden administration has completely failed at border security, our Florida Highway Patrol troopers stand ready to protect the U.S. border, whether in the Southwest United States or here off the coast of Florida. Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles Executive Director David Krenner said in a statement. You didn't know about them until the feds. Look, I agree with you. They fucked that all up, but you can't take credit for that when they're the ones that told you to go stop them.
Yeah.
You got to give them a little credit there, homie. I don't like giving the Biden administration credit for anything either, but come on, man. Be fair. 90 miles? Is it 90 miles? Is it really that far? Fuck. I'm bad at geography, guys. Throwing that out there. So, nothing. Look, man, these are people who are escaping horrible drug gangs in South America. In South America, China.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Don't worry, guys. Nothing to see here. You know, Democrats, you guys are really screwing yourselves. We all know who it is who's encouraged all this illegal immigration. And because of people like Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis, this stuff has been spread around the country to places that were like, there's nothing wrong with illegal immigration. And now your towns and cities are having to deal with this shit. And you guys coming out in 2024 and going, but my abortion isn't going to play the same way with people who have to deal with tent cities everywhere they go.
We're calling those Trump bills so we can blame Donald Trump for it.
If you really want to win in 2024, you'll start rounding up illegals and kicking them the fuck out. See what Pakistan just did to the Afghanis?
Yeah, demolishing their homes because they told them to get out, and then a bunch of them didn't get out, so they're bulldozing their little mud shanties.
They had 1.7 million refugees, and they told them out by November 1st, and some of them didn't leave, most of them. And so they're like, no, get the fuck out. And they started knocking everything down and pushing them back into their own country.
Yeah, which is exactly how you have to handle that.
Yep.
So
Miss Ilhan Omar, refugees aren't supposed to be here for life.
Yeah, it's a temporary situation, supposedly.
But I became a citizen. Go home. Sorry. I don't like brother fuckers. Anyhow.
Better stay off Pornhub.
Nothing wrong with being against brother fuckers. That's all I'm saying. Motherfucker. All right. It was a prank. I didn't mean it. Teen admits assault at Texas park were for TikTok videos. Of course. Video appears to show the teen randomly sucker punching 2 men in separate incidents. A prank? You punched people?
That's what I said too. The almost identical wording.
A 19-year-old reportedly admitted that a shocking string of assaults at a park in Texas were all for TikTok prank video. That's not a prank video. That's an assault video. That's not a prank.
It's just a prank, bro. Why am I in trouble? Like, he is honestly confused as to why he's in trouble for this.
You're lucky you didn't get shot. It's Texas. The Harris County Sheriff's Office has been investigating the attack since news spread on social media, KTRK News reports. The attacks are said to have occurred. okay, I don't mean to stop here, but why are we saying what KTRK News reports if the reason that it all spread was social media? Why don't you go to one of those accounts? Why do we all have it now that the news has said it? It's official.
Yes, that's exactly why. Maintaining relevance.
The attacks are said to have occurred Thursday at Wortham Park, Northwest. I don't give a shit where. Oh, in Houston. Okay, I do because sounds right. The only thing shocking there, it's not Austin.
Yeah, that I'm with you on that one.
Video of the attacks was shared on the social media platform Nextdoor. It appears to show footage of a young man wearing a red hoodie randomly sucker punching two men in separate incidences. In one assault, the teenager tackles the man at the waist. I'd have kicked the shit out of you. Local news outlet KTRK and KHOU tracked down and spoke to Alfred Lewis, the teenager alleged to be the serial assaulter. It was a prank. No, it wasn't. I have no problem with the man. I wasn't trying to hurt him.
You punched him. Sucker punched him.
Somebody's getting his legal defense ready. I wasn't trying to hurt him. I was hanging out with my friend and we did a TikTok video. And so, yeah, I didn't mean it. Didn't mean to harm anybody. Lewis texted KTRK News per the outlet. Lewis told KHOU reporter Jason Miles that he now regrets his decision. Really?
Yeah.
You know, I just made a mistake and everybody makes mistakes. You assaulted two people. You punched that man in the back of the head. You can see the picture right there.
And then tried to drag a guy down by his waist. That's just a prank, bro. I'm just going to take your wallet, bro. It's just a prank. It's part of the prank.
You can seriously hurt somebody punching him in the back of the head.
People have been killed that way.
Yeah. There's a reason it's an illegal punch in boxing.
Yeah.
You know, I just made a mistake and everybody makes mistakes. I'm so tired of hearing that about people doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
I really didn't expect for it to go so left, you know. I know from the video all you see is the bad part about.
Oh, get ready for his excuse. It's beautiful.
The bad part about it, but what people don't see is that I shook his hand after and gave the man a hug.
And then took his wallet.
You punched somebody in the back of the head and they hugged you. I don't believe you.
I don't either.
Yeah, you didn't see that because we didn't record that shit. I just made it up in my head. Well, here's the thing, homie. I don't care if he did hug you. I don't care if he dropped to his knees and gave you a blowjob. You assaulted a man for a TikTok prank. It's not a prank, first of all. It's a felony assault. Hey, Kamala Harris, you're supposed to be saving all Americans. Remember, you're protecting them? And that's a black man. I know you'll throw him in jail forever. I think we need to get Kamala on this case, Jack.
Yeah, she'll keep him past his release date.
The station noted that couldn't verify that part of the story. While Lewis also admitted that he was trying to film a video to get likes on social media, the intense backlash he experienced has him rethinking his action and hoping others don't make the same mistake.
Yeah,
that's
the problem I had with it right there is because he didn't think this was wrong to punch people in the back of the head for a video.
You know what I can tell from this story? Just from what I read right there. No, this kid doesn't have a dad.
Well, that's obvious.
A good dad would have whooped his ass for this.
Yeah. This kid's a piece of shit. Probably a psychopath, too. If he doesn't know that it's wrong to punch people that in the back of the head for a prank, fuck you, dude. Throw away the key. This kid's an idiot.
Before you go out and do anything you feel is bad or that could look bad, make sure people know or just don't do it at all. That's a quote from this idiot.
Yeah.
Don't do anything you feel is bad. KTRT News spoke with the park goers and neighbors about the video, with some saying that that's not cool and obviously something's wrong with that person. He's 19. He's of age. He knows right from wrong. That's assault. Frankie Jimenez, one of the neighbors, told KTRK. You found people who thought getting punched in the back of the head for nothing is bad. That's
found
some,
normal people.
that's some real in-depth investigative reporting right there. We hope he gets the help he needs. What? We hope he gets the help he needs. Also spends time in jail for something very dangerous. It could have been much worse than it was. Well, that's 100% true. But the help he needs is an ass whipping.
I think they mean that they're going to try and find his dad.
They need to go back about 19 years and tell his daddy to stay around.
Tell his mom to teach him some morals.
Jesus fucking Christ. The Harris County Sheriff's Office Violent Crimes Division is reportedly investigating. He's admitted it to the press. Fucking arrest him. Victims of the alleged assault may have to file charges themselves. He's admitted to... All right. We can't find the victim. Can't find the victim, so he gets to walk away clean.
Yeah. Even though it's on video.
Not just on video, he admits to it. I mean, he could be like, that wasn't me. But he's like, yeah, no, that was me.
I didn't expect people to push back on that. I thought it was cool, man. Just running up and sucker punching randos. It's a TikTok video.
I hugged him.
Is that when he grabbed the dude by the waist and threw him to the ground? Because
probably. All right. The prank stuff, it's got to stop, man. This stuff it's not a prank. It's felonies. And if you really want to make an impact on this kid, show him the video of that guy getting shot for doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
Be like, you live in Texas, fucker. Watch this video and take that to heart, you dumb son of a bitch. And go ask your mom who your dad is.
Yeah, the worst part is I don't think this kid would change at all. Even if you showed him videos of people getting shot for dumb shit like this. I don't think he's going to change his behavior. I think he's just stupid. And like too many of these social media people, he'll do whatever it takes to get noticed.
I think he knew all along that it was bad. I think that he's setting up a defense because he knows he's going to prison for this. He probably saw some people in his comments go, bro, you're going to jail. Now, I'm going to look this up because Ebony says she thinks he got arrested.
I hope so.
Oh, yep. He's now charged. There we go.
Good.
19-year-old accused of filming prank TikTok video. It's not a prank. Please stop calling it that. Of ambushing and assaulting unsuspected victims, now charged. Good. Motherfucker belongs in jail. And look, him not having a dad, and maybe his dad is just a really bad dad. That could be it too. It's not an excuse for acting like that. He's 19 years old. He should know it's not right to just sucker punch somebody.
You would think so.
Especially not for something as stupid as views. Oh man, I really need them TikTok views. I'm gonna go punch that guy. This is gonna be so funny. I'm gonna hug him afterwards. Is it wrong that I hope for bad stuff to happen to those people when they do this shit?
Nope. I think that's appropriate.
I don't want him dead or anything, but you know, if somebody shot him in the kidney and he had to live the rest of his life on some weird medicines and stuff, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I really wouldn't have a problem with it.
You tried to get clout out of doing something that could kill someone.
I really don't think this kid would feel bad if he killed someone.
Not until
if you're willing to sucker punch someone in the back of the head.
Hey, Jack. If he got bad comments, he might have felt bad.
Oh.
I can't fucking believe it. No, not this chick, Comrade Kitty. I have no idea who this is. So, I can't wait. I didn't read anything. It's not on the screen this time, Jack. You can't blame me when it's on the screen. That's
yes,
all I'm
I
saying.
can.
No, you can't.
Sure, I can.
I don't read any of the other stuff going on, but all right.
You off of it, so nobody would think about what it really originated from. It was really a mockery towards black slaves and them making fun of what they did to their people when someone was hung, killed, or sold off to a different plantation.
Were you educated?
Define educated.
All right.
So that was their way of being funny. Did you have a good morning? Did you have a good cry about that person's death? Did you have a good cry about your daughter being taken away from you and sold off somewhere else?
Is she talking about blackface?
No, she's talking about the phrase "good morning." Also, "tooken," not a word. Yeah, process that. She's upset and says it's racist to say good morning to a black person.
I've heard that argument before, but I thought people were joking.
This lady is not joking, because people have been taken away.
Did you have a good cry of your brother being hung yesterday? That was their way of being
You just laughed at it, sweetie.
funny. Good morning, everyone.
Now, morning has multiple definitions. One is the beginning of the day.
Well, before we ever get to that, morning has different spellings.
Look, your facts have no place here.
I
I don't expect her to know the difference between mourning as in sadness and morning as in like the beginning of the day when she thinks "tooken" is a word.
Your daughter was tooken away. Tooken didn't even catch me because the rest of this, the way she was speaking, was absolutely horrific.
Yeah, well, it's the dumbest thing I've heard in a while. So,
also, let's see, all them tats. This stupid. She ain't got a daddy either. Does your daddy mourn because your mama took you away? I'm just asking. Oh God, this is retarded.
J.R.R. Tooken.
Wow. Thank you, Comrade Kitty. Fool of a toucan. Toucan.
Tooken.
I know, I said it worse than she did. That's my notice that it's the end of the show, Jack. I've just gotten that bad. Thank you, Comrade Kitty. Appreciate that. This is fucking stupid. And people believe this shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because why bother actually looking into anything? Just believe whatever dumb nonsense some stupid idiot tells you.
Before we move off for the night, Jack, I do want to address a post I saw today. It's actually from a few days ago. It brings up TikTok. And it annoyed me a little bit. It's from Abigail Schreier. I don't know if you know who she is.
Yeah.
But she said this on Twitter. TikTok's propaganda algorithm helped convince an entire generation to support the massacre of Jews. Imagine what TikTok will do when we need to stand up to China. I know people hate TikTok, and for good reason. It's making American kids retarded.
Yep.
You can't blame this anti-Semitism crap on TikTok. This shit came from our colleges and our media. Mm-hmm. And I'm not giving them a pass because TikTok sucks. This stuff,
yeah,
it's not like these kids came up with it on their own on fucking TikTok. They're getting it from somewhere. You got to go to the root. You can't just be, no, they saw TikTok and it told them to hate the Jews. That shit started before they ever picked up a phone. Because we have a whole nation that's doing that shit right now.
Yeah, look, TikTok has influence, sure, and it's largely dumbing people down. But you have to actually identify the real source of the problem if you're going to stop it. You want to stop people from being a bunch of Marxist communists, you're going to have to go to academia and stop blaming just the dissemination tools being used.
Yes. You can give them their credit for being part of the problem, sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm not letting the press off of this. I'm not letting American academic off because they are the problem. Hassan Abi getting 414,000 views is part of the problem. You can't just blame TikTok. Fuck TikTok by all means, Jack, but no, don't leave TikTok alone. I get a lot of content out of that. We just all need to agree it's stupid. But I mean, you got idiots punching people in the back of the head for clout. Just a prank, bro. Just a felony, bro.
TikTok is a lot like Tumblr. It's where retards go to get attention, and we need to mock it and put it in its category of this is stupid.
Yep. Hey, Camel, the root was around before TikTok. True. Tumblr was around before TikTok. It's not just TikTok, and you're missing the boat if all you're doing is paying attention to how bad TikTok is for spreading shit. You will notice that a whole bunch of these people are on our college campuses, and we're doing this shit from the jump. They put out a notice or a letter that so many of these kids signed on to saying the Jews caused it right after it happened, before there'd been a single TikTok video made about the fucking thing.
Yeah. These kids did not align themselves with a terrorist organization because of TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find the real root of the problem if you're going to solve it. Just killing the symptoms is not enough.
Nope. So I did want to address that since we watched the TikTok video. Anyway, with that, we're going to wrap up. I'm going to go play some Ark. That's all I did last night was play Ark because I feel like just chopping down trees and stuff for building my base is really boring to watch. And I make massive bases that take a lot of trees. So I did that all night long last night as I sat here in pain and watched videos off to the side. So I need to get the audience caught up to where we are and actually go start doing fun stuff in the game.
Oh, that sounds entertaining. I'm going to probably watch that Hassan documentary, and then I'm going to watch some more about EVE Online, a game I played for 5 minutes and don't actually care about, but I like Down the Rabbit Hole. So
I Down the Rabbit Hole does some really good stuff.
Yeah.
So I got that one to watch. I got the Dankula one to watch. So after I stream, I'll probably be watching those as I play a little bit more. So guys, check out all that stuff, including all of our stuff that we do. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. If you'd like a short take, my stream this morning was only about an hour, Jack. Well, this afternoon, I suppose. Where I covered the Hassan Abi thing and Hassan Piker and Boogie. Seriously, guys, if you haven't watched that Boogie thing, it is so depressing.
Oh my God, he's such a fucking idiot.
I love that the filmmaker had to stop midway and be like, fuck, man, I don't know if I can finish this.
He took 3 months off.
Boogie is such a joy drain. The motherfucker needed 3 months to recharge.
I kind of agree that he's a covert narcissist, though, because
it's not covert.
No, but he tries to make it covert, like, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me. Fuck you, Boogie.
Yeah, I don't like that term covert narcissist because he's just a plain old narcissist.
Yeah.
He's also he can be a narcissist and manipulative. That's part of being a narcissist.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So fuck that fat guy.
Thank financial planner. Sorry.
Thank you for the donations, guys. You guys are way too kind to us. Please don't stop being kind to us. But thank you. Anything you want to show?
I'll drop some links, but thank you guys for the tips. It's greatly appreciated. It does help us keep going. And you guys are awesome. We're always glad to see you guys.
If YouTube's management really liked you, how many viewers do you think you'd have on this stream? You know it's manipulated. Well, I was going to talk to Jack about that here in just a moment, because I noticed something that happened within the last couple of streams. I don't want to talk about it online because it's the inner workings kind of stuff.
Yeah, we'll get in trouble for that.
But how would we be if they didn't hate us? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to judge that. I do know we'd have more, and there's stuff I can absolutely point to for that, but nothing we can do about it. So not much worth thinking about, in my opinion. Is that the wrong way to be?
No, it's kind of out of our control, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we do what we can. So thank you guys so much for watching. Jack, a pleasure as always.
Always glad to be here.
Everyone, have a wonderful night, and we will talk to y'all next time.
Bye, everybody.
It's not a prank when you're committing a felony. I'm sorry your dad left. Go to jail and get fucked.